Morning, Steve Freed in Chicago with the morning grain comments. Well, it's Friday, September 13th, so kind of watching everything around us pretty closely. But in general, overnight, bean prices are about unchanged. Corn prices are down about 2 cents and wheat's down about a nickel. Open interest in all three went up yesterday after the USDA report. After the dust settled, I think you're watching a lot of analysts that are putting a lot more importance on the October soybean numbers out of the USDA than they were before this report. Most people think that the crop could get a little smaller, that maybe the USDA is a little optimistic on demand, and the carryout could end up closer to 160 than 150. Still, this is a pretty thin edge, and if the yield was to drop half or maybe even a bushel on half, prices may have to go over to that $14 magic price level to slow demand down. Still looking for maybe a little bit lower price action in the beans into the harvest, but the market's really on edge on the U.S. soybean outlook for this next crop year. In the corn, it's kind of the opposite. The trade thinks that maybe the corn crop will get even a little bit bigger in October. That a little bit of reduction in exports and maybe a little bit increase in ethanol usage next year. And the carryout could be closer to $1.9 billion than what the government is saying at $1.8 billion. So that still could offer a little bit of pressure to the corn futures market. Not much change is expected in the wheat S&D. You could see a little bit higher feed usage, a little bit lower exports, but still looking for a carryout around that 560 level, which is tight. Still, the global wheat numbers are negative and could offer resistance to wheat prices. From a weather standpoint, today the 5-day weather outlook added rains, maybe even some heavy rains for parts of Iowa, southern Minnesota, northern Missouri, and western Illinois over the next 48 hours. For some farmers, this may be too little, too late, and also meant the timing of this rain event might be disappointing and could actually slow harvest down. As far as temperatures are concerned, driving into Chicago this morning, it was much cooler than what we've seen over the last couple of weeks. The weather forecast over the next week to 10 days suggests another rain event mid next week, and on the 11 to 15 day map we could see normal rains and maybe a little bit of a bump up in temperatures from what we're seeing right now. Again, our weather guys put out an outlook that suggests that we could see a wetter than normal harvest this year after this dry August time frame. So scrambling all that together, we're still finding some support in the bean market and finding some resistance in corn and wheat. Going into harvest, we'll see how the market reacts. We are seeing basis levels kind of back off a little bit, especially in the beans as we get closer to harvest. As always, these are my thoughts and not those of ADM or ADM Investor Services. And have a safe and profitable trading day.
But whoever gets it. So 47433.